Hello everybody, long time no see. Today we are taking a look at beta and preview version 1.20.30.25. We're also going to take a look at beta and preview version 1.20.30.24 because last week I was a very busy individual and got zero time at all to make a video. So we're going to go ahead and review the two, plus today's beta is only 2 items in the changelog. So let's go ahead and take a look. So this is the changelog for beta and preview version 1.20.30.25. In this one, they fixed an issue where the boat would not spawn on water if the block underneath was highlighted. Now, the issue is I'm not really sure what that means. They say spawn as if I'm using a command. I'm not sure, we'll try both. But what exactly does it mean if the water was highlighted? Because I'm not too sure what that means. And then other than that, the technical update, if you use Education Edition, they fixed a bug that prevented the summoning of NPCs. So they didn't work if users didn't have the work builder permissions or the base version of the world was before 1.19.8. So for this, just placing a boat on water seems perfectly fine. Like I said, I have no idea what it means by when if the water was highlighted. So what we're also going to do is we're just going to grab the coordinates of this water. We're going to go slash summon. Is boat an option? Yes, boat, and then Control V. And everything seems fine. We can change our Y level to be 62 should be water level. But that appears to be spawning underwater, if you see. So let's try 61. No, let's try 63. Yeah, I don't know. It all seems to spawn. 63 is like right there. Let's try 62.5. Let's get rid of the boats that are already there. Yeah, so 63 put it perfectly on the water. Everything seems to spawn. I'm not sure exactly what highlighted water means, and there was no bug report linked to this change, so I can't see what the bug actually was or looked like, so we're going to say this one's fixed. Moving on to beta and preview 1.20.30.24 now. This changelog had quite a few interesting features, from player entities now playing appropriate sounds when entering or exiting water. Hold up, let's go ahead and take a listen. Oh, that's cool. When you jump out, you can like hear the sound of water falling off the player's body. Yeah, you hear the sound of the player actually jumping out of the water, but then you hear like a splashing sound on the ground. That's really cool. That's a nice change. I don't know if that was actually changed or not. That might have been a sound that was always in the game and I just never noticed. They fixed a issue where blocks sometimes wouldn't render unless the player jumped, so you should have no more invisible weird blocks. Tripwire hooks will no longer have a delay towards the south and west. We can test this by just grabbing a tripwire, grabbing a string. Now, I have no idea which way south is, so let's go ahead and grab an empty locator map. In case you didn't know, you could use this to figure out which way north was, because north is always the top. So this is going to be north and south. Now the changelog says that south and west was the issue. So technically it would have had a bit of an issue going either way. The one on the south end or the west end would have had an issue. But it seems to work every single way. We can grab a bit of redstone right now and just, we can see it actually activate now in real time. I'm not seeing any delay issues. So yeah, it all looks good to me. And then concrete powder blocks are now the correct color for worlds imported from previous versions. So if you have a really old world from like 1 point, let's say 12, and it had colored concrete, when you import that, the concrete is going to be the proper color. It's not going to all be changed to white, I believe is what it will automatically be set to. Just a few more changes. The gameplay camera commands are now set in the same tick. I'm not really sure what a camera command is. I didn't know that was a thing. Slash camera issues a camera instruction. What's fade? Alright, yeah, I don't know what these commands are, so I don't know how to properly use those. Name tags are no longer completely invisible when sneaking, with the player still visible. A better way of demonstrating this is, let's say that this is my friend, alright? This right here is my friend, his name is subscribe, and as you can see right here, I can see his name. Now when I crouch, I can still see his name right here, but if there were a wall in between us, I can no longer see his name. But once that name comes down, even though we're still crouching, I can see the name. So that's what the issue was. You couldn't see the name if you were standing right next to them like that. Now this one right here, this change is really interesting to me, alright? I am really in the mood to talk about this one. So if we go ahead and grab ourselves from zombies, this change affects drowned husk zombie and zombie villager. So we can get a zombie, we can get a zombie villager, we can get a drowned, and we can get a husk. Alright, so here we go. We got a zombie villager, a husk, and a drowned. So as you know, I'm pretty sure you know this, these mobs all burn, except for the husk that is, but if I hit them with fire aspect, they will burn, of course. Now, what's really interesting is that these mobs don't light you on fire when they hit you. And I've always thought that was weird because it happens in Java. Interestingly enough, they now will. So let's go ahead and do /game mode S and watch this. There is a zombie, and now I'm burning. It doesn't seem to last very long. Oh. Does it really go out right away? Why is it going out right away? Interesting. Yeah, I don't know why the fire goes out right away. That should not be the case. But you want to know what's really interesting about this change? I remember this feature being on Minecraft Pocket Edition way back in the day when I only played on my my old tablet. I remember mobs would set you on fire if they hit you and they were burning. Now, I don't know why this feature ever got removed, and I don't know if it was ever properly on Bedrock Edition, but I remember it vigorously on the iPad. So it's really weird. I remember it on mobile. It is coming back, but I don't understand why the fire only seems to do fire damage for a singular tick. That is incredibly weird, and I do not understand why that's the case. Here is a drowned. If the drowned goes ahead and hits me, why is the drowned not hitting me? What in the... There we go. As you see, yeah, it still only lasts for like a singular second, and it's so weird. And I think the drowned keeps trying to walk to water, which is a bit weird too. Now, the husk change, if we go ahead and spawn ourselves in a husk here. Since husks don't burn, you have to hit them with a fire aspect. And then when they hit you, you'll get that fire effect. Yep. There I go. But, oddly enough, this doesn't apply to skeletons. The skeleton's arrows don't light me on fire, which I really think is a weird one. They definitely should. I think it's really nice to see these mobs set you on fire to get that parity, but it's really odd that the skeletons don't set you on fire. I just thought that's really weird, and I also thought that the fact that it lasts like half a second is also really weird. It lasts long enough to do half a heart of damage, and then it goes away. So I just thought that was a really interesting aspect to the change as well. I thought it would just set you on fire as if you walked through a flint and steel, because if we go ahead and grab a flint and steel real quick, jump back into survival, like you keep burning for quite a while. It doesn't just go away immediately, so I figured it'd be a bit more like that. But yeah, it appears to be just long enough to do half a heart of damage, which is really weird, but okay. Beyond that, there's 2 Education Edition features. Dolphins, camels, and sniffers will now properly work with balloons, and then they fixed various pixel scaling issues on HUD screens. The game menu gamepad shortcut are now on the new death screen, and the 3 new user-friendly disconnection error messages and improved 2 others. So there's all that. But other than that, there's not really anything all that interesting in these changelogs. The two of these put together, I'd say the most interesting is just this one, in my personal opinion. But, that is just my personal opinion. Anyways, I am very sorry about the lack of a video last week. It's been like 13 days since I've uploaded. Last week I had hockey tryouts and everything. Getting back into school, it was a very, very rushed and busy week. But this week, I was waiting for a beta and preview or an update, and I was going to make a nice video on it. And then today, I saw one that had 2 changes in it, and I was like, great, what am I to do with this? So I just decided I'll make this video. I'll cover both last week and this week. And, yeah, because I have time today, so might as well, right? Anyways, I do appreciate all you guys very much and all the support you guys give on the channel. I just wanted to let you guys know that because it really does mean a lot to me when I see you guys subscribing and just watching the videos. Anyways, this has been Mr. Gaming Aquatic, and I'll see you next time.